hey, welcome to a really quick recap of Alethea's state-of-the-art address. The original video, which I will link in the description down below, is about an hour and a half, just a little bit over an hour and a half long, so I would highly recommend going to check that out if you have some free time. Otherwise, I'm going to just quickly go over some of the cool things and then delve into a little bit more detail on some of the other things. So first and foremost, RF mentioned that we are going to be proceeding with Alethea as epochs, or seasons, however you want to see them, for the further development of the ecosystem and to be able to adjust rewards and other things accordingly. RF also mentioned that they brought on 2 additional employees to help out with the development of the ecosystem and managing some of the tasks, and introduced what he calls an iNFT protocol tech stack. Let me get myself out of the way so that as I'm talking you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So RF explained the tech stack as a few different layers. So in the settlement layer we have Ethereum. For the asset layer, it's the ERC20 token. Protocol layer is the iNFT protocol, which are their smart contract layer. And then the application layer, which I'll provide a little bit more information on later because that's one of the more exciting things. Not that the rest isn't exciting. Next, at about the 17-minute mark, RF went over the ALI token utility use cases. The use cases, of course, being ALI token being used to upgrade the intelligence level of the iNFT, enabling transactions between the iNFT ecosystem participants, enabling the creation of iNFTs, enabling transactions between iNFTs, and enabling governance of the ecosystem. Next, RF went over the backers of the iNFT protocol, as well as the giveaways that Alethea has done up to this date, and the 10 different collections that are currently supported for the iNFT fusing process. Next, RF went over the rewards from the intelligence staking event and shared some awesome information, including the 150 million tokens or credits given out as rewards for the staking event, and the fact that only about 10% of them were converted to tokens. The other 80 to 90% were used to upgrade personality pods to the next levels. This is actually really refreshing and really awesome to hear because it shows you that people are interested in using the ecosystem versus just cashing out those rewards and trying to sell the tokens. And here's another mind-blowing fact: the approximate amount in rewards given out for the staking event is between $2 to $3 million USD. Next, RF went over the fact that the personality modules, personality Legos, are live now, and we can start training our personality pods for the fusion process. More on that in a little bit. And at about the 25 to 30 minute mark, he went into the really good stuff. Here, I'll show you a quick sneak peek. Additional assets for your iNFTs. Let me get into it in a little bit more detail. But first, just because I forgot to mention it, the theme of Epoch 1 or Season 1 is Create the Creator, in which we are focused on creating an iNFT that can then generate or create other content. So this beautiful spinning thing right here is what Alethea calls the ARKIV. It's going to contain a few different iNFT assets that will allow you to do other things with your iNFT. And during the State of the Art address, Alethea actually gave away about 100 of these, and they're going to be minting on March 7th. On OpenSea. These archives are actually going to contain 11 different iNFT assets. And this is where it gets good. Alethea's had a breakthrough in the ability of the AI generated voice to sound a lot more real, and for the ability to be able to add emotion to the voices. And so these ARKIV boxes are going to have an English voice, emotive voices, those emotive voices of course being angry, flirtatious, rap voice, multilingual voice. They're also going to have a job role asset, a persona NFT, which is basically a pre-built personality for your personality pod. 2 different types of art assets, one being abstract, one being figurative. And then we have a game NFT, which is going to enable your iNFT to play a text-based game that you can build out. I'm actually kind of curious to see if you can get it to play a chess game, because a chess game could technically be built out as a text-based game. But an example of this is like text-based dungeon games, etc. And then one mystery item that RF didn't share very many details on, but knowing Alethea and what they've put out so far, it's going to be pretty exciting to see what that is. But yeah, let me get back to the voices real quick. So the previous iNFT voices were kind of very AI generated, very computer-ish voices. But for some of the examples for the new voices that they've created, the ones that they've had a breakthrough in, they provided a couple of different examples for those. And let me share a few of them with you. So here's one of the AI generated voices. Let me mute my microphone so it plays properly.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love.
So this is one of the voices that they have built out using datasets by a voice actor. They also shared 2 more voice assets, one being a flirtatious female voice and then the other one being a rap voice. Here's the flirtatious one.
Hello there. I am Jane, and my voice is designed to be flirty.
And then here is the rap voice.
Give me an iNFT cause I'm still in the game. Still on the streets trying to make a new name.
As far as AI generated voices go, that's actually pretty darn good. It'll be interesting to see what the process is for generating these voices and being able to put emotion into them like we saw with the first clip. But in my opinion, this will make the voices more friendly, more human-like, and make it easier to connect with the AI and actually have a conversation so it doesn't sound so robotic. So we're going to have these new voice iNFT assets. We're going to have the game NFT asset, which will allow your character to play a text-based game. We're going to have job iNFT assets, which will allow your character or your personality pod to be hired on to do certain tasks if it's able to. The persona iNFT asset, which will help you build out your iNFT easier so you don't have to go through all the work of customizing it. And then the mystery asset, and if they're saving best for last and just looking at some of these other assets that they've released, that should be pretty good. I'm excited to see what it is. But yeah, like I mentioned, Alethea has given away 100 of these ARKIV boxes, and they are going to be launching a collection of 10,000 of them on March 7th on Monday on OpenSea. And to quote Arv, these ARKIV boxes will provide a significant multiplier for the capability of the iNFTs. Anyways, I highly recommend going watching that part of the video at least so you can get a little bit of a better idea of what these ARKIV boxes and the iNFT assets are about. I don't want to spend too much time covering it, so I'm going to jump to the next section, which is the iNFT staking rewards part 2. So pod staking is live as of March 1st, and you are able to go and stake your personality pods. And the rewards for staking your personality pods are as follows. For staking a level 1 personality pod, you will receive 1500 credits after 60 days of staking. For a level 2 personality pod, after 60 days of staking, you will get an abstract art piece. For staking a level 3 personality pod for 60 days, you will get an English voice, an angry voice, a persona, a multilingual voice, a flirtatious voice, or a figurative AI art. And for staking a level 4 personality pod, you will get your pick of either a Gen 1 personality pod or a rap voice or a game NFT or a job NFT. Now RF did clarify that you can only pick one from each tier, so let's say you staked a level 3 personality pod, you can pick one of the options there. If you staked multiple level 3 personality pods, then you can pick one for each one of your personality pods. Me personally, I see a lot more level 3 personality pods being created here in the near future to try to get some of these iNFT assets that are more valuable for actually using and building out your personality pods or your characters, or I should say your iNFT. Anyways, after RF covered the iNFT staking rewards, he went on to talk about the iNFT Launchpad, which is where they are going to be looking at additional communities to build into their project, in which they are going to allow the community of Alethea AI and the communities of projects that they're looking at animating and turning into one of the approved collections for the iNFT fusing process, and let people make those decisions for themselves. Now, one thing I did want to mention is Alethea shared that they bought a CryptoDAD in order to animate it, and RF did mention that they are setting up a multi-sig wallet for these iNFTs that they're going to be animating. And so if we track these wallets, then we will have an idea of what projects are coming up next to be animated. And of course, since they shared their CryptoDAD tweet of the number that they purchased, you can go to OpenSea, click on it, and you can see exactly which wallet's tracking it and what other projects they have in there. Now, if one wanted to watch this wallet to see what other purchases they make, you could technically copy this, paste it into a wallet tracking app like Zerion, and then get updates on your phone if there are additional purchases made. Just saying. There's some additional information about the iNFT Launchpad. Like I said, I highly recommend checking out the video and at least skimming through it. Alethea should be adding chapters to their YouTube video here pretty shortly to make it easier for you to browse through there and find the section that you're looking for. Anyways, on to the next thing, Demo Day and the iNFT fusing process. For Demo Day, RF did mention that they're going to have a panel of judges to judge the iNFTs and interact with them, and shared information on two of the judges. One of the judges being from Time Magazine, and then the other judge being the head of innovation for Spotify, Mr. Mahan Zanouzi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, the timestamp for the information about the judges is at about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 11 minutes or so. I highly recommend watching it because RF goes over the fact that they are more than just judges. They actually help Alethea AI with feedback and support as well. And RF didn't go into too much detail about the prizes for iNFT Demo Day, but he did say that they're going to be very interesting prizes. Anyways, after this section, they had a trivia of 5 questions, I believe, and they gave away 100 ARKIV boxes, and then mentioned that they're working on an ARKIV frequently asked questions based off of the questions that people are submitting to them, so that they can post that up on their GitHub and on their website so that people can actually go there and reference it and hopefully get their questions answered. Anyways, that wraps up my not so quick recap of Alethea's State of the Ark address. Like I said, keep an eye out for those ARKIV boxes on OpenSea. If you don't already follow Alethea on Twitter, go follow them there, drop into their Discord. I will have a link for their Discord down below. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below or shoot me a message on Discord. I'm in the Alethea Discord as well. But as for me, it's 3 a.m. in the morning here, and I gotta go get some sleep so that I can get up in the morning and actually post this video. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and I will catch you guys later.